That a movie guy? Okay.
Another European film that I've been waiting quite some time to see, and we've been waiting such a long time to see it, is In the Fade. This film has won the Golden Globe this year for Best Foreign Language Picture, and Diane Kruger won the Best Actress Award at the Cannes Film Festival for this last year. For me, I do find European films a lot more interesting these days, but German cinema doesn't really always have the nuance that it once had. You have films like Tony Erdmann and you have films like Victoria, which are very strong German films, but bar that, I can't really name you another one that I've really liked in the last 10 years. In the Fade seems to be something that I would get into, and I did. A brief synopsis for In the Fade. It follows the story of Katja, who is played by Diane Kruger, and her life has fallen into pieces after her son and husband are killed in a bomb attack by neo-Nazis. The story then develops to a court case and how she's dealing with life afterwards with very chilling and gruesome results. In the Fade doesn't really know exactly what it is. Is it a revenge film or is it a pulpy drama? It's a bit of both for me and it meshes quite nicely. With Fatih Akin, he has really created a very strong, very immersive film that really does centre around Katja, played by Diane Kruger. His choice of centering each shot around her and positioning her in the front face is really crucial to the film. But we'll talk about Diane Kruger's work within the confines of the film in a minute. But he really just sets out a very stylistic overview of what has happened in her life. In the Fade would be nothing without Diane Kruger. She gives a powerhouse of a performance here. She really doesn't go over the top. She really just resembles rage, anger, and grief, depression, and everything so well, and it just doesn't go over the top once. I feel like it is a very great performance by her. She really does evoke this character and you feel her pain. It doesn't feel fake, it feels very genuine, very real. She, within her eyes even, you can just feel this pain, and just even by the look of her, even by her facial expressions, her pain is so real and it feels so genuine. It is just phenomenal, and you can see why she won at Cannes for this performance. Fatih Akin is actually a migrant who actually moved to Germany many years ago, and he does see these tensions within Germany, and this is why I think he made In the Fade, because the neo-Nazi core is very aggressive in Germany, and nail bombs and racial attacks and bodily harm, everything has been happening there. Just like any other country, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of racial tension in loads of countries at the moment, which is utterly disgusting. But it can really just brings a very strong story, especially considering that Diane Kruger is obviously white, and her husband was Turkish. You feel like maybe he was targeted, but you don't necessarily know. But Aiken really has a lot of flair in his filmmaking. I've not seen any of his other films previously, but I feel like I really should now. He really makes it look very natural. There's a lot of natural lighting. He has a very good eye for shots. There's one specific shot that I really admired. It had Diane Kruger in the bathtub, and it was like a bird's eye view over her, and she was trying to kill herself. It was a very poetic yet very dark image, but my god, he really delivered it. The lighting around it was so white, and then you have the red blood in the bath. It was very powerful, and it really stuck with me through the whole film. Again, the imagery really enhances the essence of Diane Kruger's portrayal in this film, and their combination together is pretty good. Aiken also takes this film into 3 chapters, and I think it does elevate because you do see this progression of Kruger's character, and the narrative also really evokes itself because of the chapter divided within the film. I think that I really enjoyed the court scenario because even the lawyer that was representing the neo-Nazis, he was like a real villain and I detested him. But obviously he does that good of a job. You actually hate this guy. And the middle section is very crucial to the obvious ending of the film, which I don't want to spoil for you because I'd really like you to see this film. But the ending is very abrupt, and I was very surprised and shocked to see how this film actually ended. In the Fade is a film that I would highly recommend for you to go and see this weekend. I generally think that this is probably one of the strongest films I'll see this year. It is available on Curzon Home Cinema, and it will be available in limited cinemas across the country. Please go watch it. My written review will be on my website, and it will also be on my Letterboxd. And obviously, if you guys want to talk about this film with me, please feel free, because we like to talk about movies on this site. And now I am going out for the rest of the day because it's my cousin's birthday, so happy birthday, Gethin. Pemblith Hapis. And I will obviously check you guys next week with more reviews and various other things, including the 2001 Beyond 50 videos. They are on the way. I'm currently cutting them up and making them snazzy and stuff. And obviously, guys, all I can say now is diolch, danke, obrigado, merci beaucoup, arigato, dankeschön, bitteschön, all the goddamn shuns. And obviously, never change.